Last weekend was eventful for Nigeria with the Hilda Baci attempts to cook the largest pot of jollof rice. Now, this memory might be remembered forever and in history, but that will be dependent on the Guinness World Record. Because right now, everybody is skeptical and a kind of in doubt whether the Guinness World Record is going to recognize Hilda Baci in its book or whether it's not going to recognize Hilda Baci. Because when the Hilda Baci team, attempted to weigh the pot, which was one of the conditions that the Guinness World Record has given, when it was about to weigh the pot collapsed and folded. And it has created a lot of that in the hearts of many people, whether the Guinness World Record is going to recognize Hilda Baci for that or not. But guys, let me brief you up on this Hilda Baci cooking attempt of it, in how it started and how it ended, and also how it's currently going, so that we can make our own suggestion on what you think or what you do not think. But before going to the gist of that, if you are listening to me for the first time and you haven't subscribed on this channel, please do so. Like this video, subscribe on the channel, and also turn on the post notification bell. And to all our returning subscribers, we say thank you for always sticking around to watch our amazing content. Now, this is the basic cooking of a thing. The glamour and the noise started way before the date for the cooking attempt. Now, the cooking attempt happened on the 12th of September, which was last Friday, and it lasted for about 9 hours, meaning that it crossed to the early morning of Saturday, the next day, being the 13th of September. And it was so massive because a lot of Nigerians trooped out in thousands at the Eko Hotel and Suites in order to support Hilda Baci. Now, the number of the crowds that gathered to support Hilda Baci was more than 20,000 Nigerians, according to the person that registered. So you should know that it's even way more than that. When your cooking attempts started, it started with them pouring oil into the pot, and then although the scale of the rice was reduced from 250 bags of rice to 200 bags of rice because of the weighing and the other measurements and calculation that was done, so that it's going to contain the pot and all of those stuff, like all those measurements of the thing. So it was reduced from 250 bags of rice to 200 bags of rice, and Hilda Baci still promised that it's going to feed the whole of Lagos and a whole lot of that. Now, after the whole attempt, like the concert and everything, it was vibe. Everybody was celebrating. Oh, Hilda Baci is about to boot Nigeria again in the face of the world, in the Guinness World Record and all of that. Now, the event witnessed a lot of celebrities coming to feature there, including her bestie Enioluwa, Funke Akindele was there, Achalugu was there, Achalugu, that is Bam Bam, was there, and a whole lot of other celebrities were there to support. Even the Nigerian government sent their own support. Even the Guinness World Record, their Twitter handle recognized that, oh, that Hilda Baci was actually doing something with the post that they made on X and the whole lot of that. But after that post was made, they have been silent all through, but we are still coming back to that actually. Now, after the whole attempt was made and then the food was ready, it was dished out in takeaway plate, and then it was served to Nigerians. Well, some persons stayed till about 4 a.m. in order to have a taste of Hilda Baci cook. Like it was just a massive support. Now, the people were not there, not necessarily because they were hungry, but it was this sheer spirit of unity, this sheer spirit of togetherness and joy that is in the Nigerian spirit and everything. So they were there to participate in the joy, and after the whole lot of things, like a large portion of the food was still remaining. Yes, it was still remaining. And Hilda Baci made a video saying that I beg Nigerians, come and eat my food, that I cannot cook all this food and allow it to waste. So please come and eat my food. I'm not going to leave here until you guys actually come to taste my food. And she said that a taste is going to convince them that the food was awesome. However, some Nigerians that actually tasted the food came out to give their review, stating that the food no sweet, that the food was just a mess up and everything. Now, we don't know whether that is actually true, because me, I know taste time, so I'm not telling are true, or whether it's just content, because some persons might take advantage of this to create content, so that to just maybe get engagement on their post and all of those things. So we don't know whether it is true or whether it is false, but it is just few people that have come out to critique the food, like to criticize the food. Now, we have more than thousands of other persons that actually ate the food, and we did not hear their voice. So going by numbers, we are going to assume say the food sweet because the larger portion of the people did not complain say the food no sweet and the whole lot of that. And for the remaining food that was remaining after they have served every other person, the Dabasi and her team took the food to street and was serving it to motorists on the road and the whole lot of that. But we no go see free food herself, especially if it's coming from Hilda Baci, like the Hilda Baci. Now after Hilda Baci and her team were done with the food and the food was still in the pot, they were about to weigh it so as to meet with the Guinness World Record condition of the weight of the food and of the pot. So in the crown that was used to carry this thing to weigh it, maybe to put it on a weighing scale or something like that, one of the legs of the pot bent. And in that attempt, because one of the legs of the pot bent, the balance of the pot shifted, and the result was that the pot folded into two. Yes, and immediately the Dabasi and that team emptied the rice in the pot into coolers, and then this raised the question of skepticism and that whether the Guinness World Record is still going to recognize Hilda Baci for this attempt. Now, it should be on record that according to research that nobody has ever attempted this kind of cooking with the largest pot, the Nigerian jollof largest pot of the thing. So Hilda Baci is the one that is attempting this first. So it's not like she's trying to break the record of another person in that category. The category does not exist. So Hilda Baci is the one creating the category and putting herself as the first person in that category. So a lot of Nigerians are still like whether the Guinness World Record is going to accept the Hilda Baci attempt or whether it will not. And this skepticism is still there because the Guinness World Record have not actually stated anything apart from the earlier recognition it gave that Hilda Baci is actually cooking something. Now, according to the Hilda Baci and her team, they are collating results in order to submit to the Guinness World Record of the whole attempt of a thing. So we are having our hands full, they're like our fingers crossed and our candles lit, praying that this attempt of Hilda Baci and all her efforts is not going to go to waste, and then the Guinness World Record is actually going to recognize her, despite the fact that here that the pot folded and a whole lot of that. But to an extent, we can still attest to the weight of the pot and the content inside and a whole lot of that. Now, after this happened, a lot of content creators and writers and bloggers started criticizing the engineers that worked on the pot, that the Nigerian made thing, that why can't the engineers be careful and try to, knowing that this is going to be a world record of a thing, that why didn't they put in their whole effort and a whole lot of that? Well, these are unforeseen circumstances that might actually happen without anybody even seeing it coming. Well, guys, like this is the story about the Hilda Baci attempt and then the Guinness World Record, what they are currently doing. So, guys, like, what is your take in this? What do you think about this whole situation? I go there comment section. They wait for your thought. The Hilda Baci, the Guinness World Record, and their silence and the whole lot of that. Are you rooting for Hilda Baci? Because a root for Hilda Baci is actually a root for the whole Nigeria. Well, guys, I go there comment section. They wait for your thoughts. Do not forget to like and share this video. This is Just TV, and I will see you in the next.